So welcome to another Conscious Life health and lifestyle clip. Today I'm going to tell you about one of my recent projects. I've decided that since I've eaten organic food for a long time and I'm a firm believer in how much it's helped my health. Had a lot of health problems growing up and I've pretty much eliminated all of them in the last 4 or 5 years just by changing my diet and changing my training routines and things like that. Getting more sleep and resting more. But it occurred to me that even though I buy organic food, I don't really know much about where it all comes from. Like I don't know who produces it and how they're treating their animals when they do it, and whether it's just a chemical-free version of normal food, which is not necessarily grown in a way that's totally beneficial to people. So I've decided to go on a mission and visit all of the farms that I know of in the Perth /WA area. I live in Western Australia in Australia, and see how they're actually raising their animals and see how much goodness is actually going into these places. Because I have heard rumours about big supermarket chains, when they want to get into the organic market, they basically just mow down a whole heap of rainforest or forest area, virgin forest, because the land has never been treated with chemicals and they can instantly call their food organic. Now I don't know, I haven't got any research to back that up. It's something that I heard from someone in the industry. So don't quote me on it, don't sue me. But I was curious to know how the people that I do buy food from raise their animals. So the Saturday just gone, I went out and visited Caprino Farm, which is a farm run by John and Miriam in Herne Hill, just sort of east or northeast of Perth. And they run a goat farm out there, and they supply unpasteurised goat's milk to the general public through retail. And I'll give you some of the retailers later on, and I'll tell you also where you can find John and Miriam and where you can buy direct from the source. I'll put it up in the box over there. Okay, so I called up and I organised to go out and see them on a Saturday. Drove out there. It's only about probably 40 minutes from where I live, and that's on the very west coast in a suburb called Floreat. And I drove out to Herne Hill. Nice drive, very simple along the freeways. And arrived to find a really, old sort of homestead, nice looking place, and knocked on the door, got let in. And the first thing I was kind of unsure how it was going to go. I didn't know how receptive they'd be, and I asked my first question, and I spent the next 3.5, if not 4 hours, being told everything I could possibly have ever wanted to know about farming goats and permaculture and all sorts of other cool stuff. Now, I'm only going to give you some of the highlights, but basically these people are doing a really, really good thing. Okay, Caprino Farm in Herne Hill has been raised on a permaculture type basis for about 22 years, since they started. Okay, they've been chemical free since they started. So in all intents and purposes, they are organic. All right, they're truly organic. If not better, they're probably biodynamic, based on the way they've always been farming. And one of the questions I had was, why aren't they certified organic? Well, the reason is that basically you pay for your certification, okay, and it was going to cost them a lot of money to have to pay to call their products certified organic. But basically it wasn't going to bring any extra benefit to them. They weren't going to be able to charge more for it, really. So what was the point? So basically they now sell it as a chemical-free product, okay? But basically it's one of the best products around as far as milk goes. Now, if anyone who's ever met me before or old clients, they'll know that I'm pretty anti-dairy products, right? And I have to make some changes to my stances. I've always, or for a long time, been anti-dairy 100%, like don't eat milk, don't eat cheese, don't eat anything based on a dairy product. And that came from my own experience where I cut dairy out of my diet and my skin cleared up, I lost heaps of body fat, I didn't get tired, I didn't get mucousy, I didn't have stomach problems and bloating and things like that. I can pretty much guarantee that if you're drinking pasteurised milk right now, you've got those symptoms, okay? Because pasteurised milk, which is basically like milk that gets cooked before it's sold, okay? They run it through a tube and they heat it up. Pasteurised milk, it's just not a good product for your body, okay? It doesn't bring any life force or any goodness into you because it's basically a dead substance, you know, like the health-giving properties in your milk are its bacteria and its enzymes, okay? Contrary to what we've been told, the bugs aren't bad, it's just crap milk that's bad, okay? If you get milk that's been from cow that's been poorly raised, then it's bad milk. But if you get milk from a healthy animal, then it's good milk, okay? It's got good stuff in it, and then you want to drink that bacteria and those enzymes and stuff. Okay, so for all those out there who've ever known me, I've changed my stance. Dairy is not a bad thing. I'm still anti-pasteurised dairy. Okay, so steer clear from the stuff that's been pasteurised. And in Australia, that's pretty much all cow's milk and most other milks. Like, it's not that you're drinking like rat's milk, but if you're buying commercially made milk, then it's probably been pasteurised. Okay, now this place Caprino farm, and I'm not sure. There's another operation that I'll add to the sidebar if I can find their details. I'm not sure if they're unpasteurised, so I'll have to wait till I know. But these guys are putting out unpasteurised milk, which is very, very, very healthy for you. Okay, so one of the reasons it's so healthy is that I found out about goats is that goats have a very, very low tolerance to pesticides and chemicals. Okay, John, who runs the farm with his wife, told me about a study that was done based on the levels of DDT that animals could absorb into their systems before they died. And to cut a long story short, the health or the amount of chemicals or DDT that a goat can sustain in its system before it dies is less than a frog. Now, frogs have always been known to be a measure of the health of your ecosystem because basically their skin has like a membrane that allows toxins to pass in and out. They're very permeable to their environment. Well, goats are more sensitive to chemicals than frogs. Okay, if I can find the study, I'll put it in the box. All right, so this is really cool. I thought, well, this is great. If you're buying unpasteurised goat's milk, then by default you're getting a milk that is very, very low in chemicals. Okay, especially because they're raised chemical free. But you know, like a goat that makes it to milking is going to be a healthy goat because they just can't survive if they've been poisoned by something. Okay, so you've got a very good clean milk. All right, it's unpasteurised, and you don't need to homogenise milk, which is a process that squishes the fat globules in milk into a smaller size. Okay, you don't need to do that because they're evenly distributed throughout goat's milk naturally. Cool, huh? Okay, so that was one great factor about it. The other thing I found out was that goats are browsing creatures, so they tend to eat a variety of things in their environment. Okay, now today a lot of our produce, a lot of our animals aren't fed their natural diet. They're fed on poor quality grains. Okay, no two ways about it. They eat corn and other junk that they're not supposed to eat. Cows should eat grass. Okay, goats are able to eat more things and bring in a whole bunch of different nutrients into their diet, which you can then drink as the milk. This is really good because they are able to digest the grains first and other vegetable matter and put the goodness and the nutrients into your milk. Okay, which you can't always do yourself. Not a lot of people can't digest grain-based foods. It's just a fact of life. So what I'm trying to say is that if you're in Perth or anywhere around Australia or the world and you can get your hands on raw goat's milk, then do it. Go and get it. It's a much healthier product than cow's milk. It'll bring you much more goodness and it'll make you a much more energetic person. Okay? My 10 minutes is almost up. Until next time, get some raw goat's milk. Ciao.